Good afternoon, viewers in the AV space. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Panel, although today I think we might have to change the name of it to Beyond the Panel. So we're actually talking about a little bit about panels today. Really exciting. For those that don't know me, my name is Pat Booth. I'm a business development manager here at Exertis Elmo. As I mentioned in my last podcast with Barco, I used to handle all the Legrand brands, which were fantastic accessories to go along with a lot of different solutions in the AV space. Now I've transitioned to working with Barco ClickShare, which was my last podcast, but also Avocor, which are really kind of leading edge in terms of interactive displays and the display space altogether. Great guest for you today, Darryl O'Brian, who is a regional sales manager for the Northeast for Avocor, is my guest today. So, Darryl, welcome to Behind the Panel. Very excited to have you here, and we'll talk a little bit about Avocor.
Great. Thanks, Pat. Nice to be here.
Kind of digging right in, for those that don't know the brand, can you give us maybe a quick elevator pitch on what Avocor is about, what differentiates you from other panel manufacturers in the marketplace?
Sure. So Avocor has been around about 10 years, 10 years, and our heritage has always been interactive displays, right? So interactivity has always been our forte. We have a reputation in the market for quality product, long lasting, long warranty, really commercial grade, nice products in the interactive industry. And we've watched that grow, right, as that's changed and developed over the last 10 years.
Right. Very, very cool. How long have you been in the AV space yourself?
I've been in AV just about exactly 10 years. 10 years, actually almost to the month. I joined a different interactive display company 10 years ago, and then did some work at a reseller for a few years, and then joined Avocor.
One of the amazing things I always find about the industry is, especially with Infocom, actually by the time this airs, Infocom will be over, but we're filming this a week before Infocom actually starts officially. But one of the things I love about Infocom is going back every year and seeing the faces that have changed the shirts. You know what I mean? Everyone's in different companies and people move around a lot. But the great thing about this industry is it seems like once you get in, you're kind of in for life and really do a lot of cool stuff with there. So with touch technology now, what is it that makes Avocor a little bit different than, the other flavors that we see out there?
Yeah. So sorry. And I guess I didn't answer that properly.
No, this was the next question.
Okay,
so
great.
Right on time, right on schedule.
So one of the differences for us is a pretty vast portfolio in the interactive space, right? And beyond. So we've got displays from 55 inch up to 105 and every variation in between of interactivity in 2 or 3 different lines. We then expand beyond that now into commercial non-touch and some direct view LEDs, some large wall size 138 inch displays.
Right.
And all of these products are really kind of going with Avocor's legacy and reputation of quality, right? We're really known, our customers back this up, we're known as a quality vendor. So that's one of the differentiators. And then with interactivity specifically, we've got some really cool features. We've got some technology built into our boards. We're using PCAP touch. That's a big differentiator from the IR world. So PCAP, for those that don't know, is similar to your iPad, your iPhone, that uses PCAP touch. So that's great because what that really does, what that means to the end user is you now have a board that's thinner, lighter, right? Small bezels, the way a modern display should look. PCAP allows that. We're not dealing with sensors in the corners and big, thick, heavy boards, heavy bezels. So that's one of the great differentiators of our H series interactive boards for sure. And that gives us some value adds, like natively having pressure sensitive ink, right? Where I can write with a pen and I can write lightly and have a skinny line, and I can push a little harder and have a darker line. Or I can support palm rejection. So I can now rest my hand on the display and then write with the pen, which is something we've all learned the hard way in the past that you can't do. You always have to hold the pen a little farther back and make sure your cuff or your hand doesn't touch the screen. So we've eliminated that obstacle for the user experience by having palm rejection. So that's really one of the key benefits in a world of displays where you're always trying to differentiate yourself from your competition. That PCAP touch control and our active pen supporting that is one of our big differentiators.
Gotcha. Very cool. Now, I know in the past you guys had the in-glass touch technology. Is that something that you feel is kind of going away, or are you still offering it?
Yes, we are phasing that out. So our G series line of displays, which has been a great line for us for about 4 or 5 years, is being end of manufactured. So not end of support, right? Not end of life. It's still there. We support our customers. There's still upgrades, but end of manufacturing. And the reason for that, and you kind of touched on that, the in-glass technology, as far as being very accurate, it's nice, but it's a little costly to manufacture, right? So PCAP has enabled, well, the market has really pushed us, these display manufacturers, kind of forced us, driven the price down. And PCAP has allowed us to do that and still have a state of the art, highly accurate, user friendly experience.
And for those budget conscious or really concerned with cost, you also have the E series as well, which kind of gives them an opportunity to experience the touch, but it's not going to be quite the same technology as the PCAP, obviously, with IR. But as I mentioned, we're filming before InfoComm. I'm excited as we're going to have your 92-inch 21.9 in our booth at the show, and I'll be there. So speaking to all of you in the past, thanks for coming by and saying hello. I'll be standing by the booth. You'll get to shake my hand. And for all 23 viewers that do come and watch this, big audience here. Darryl, you're talking to the masses now. They'll be seeking your autograph pretty soon. What's anything on the horizon you guys are rolling out next week?
Yes, so for us, a few things. Like we said, Avocor is known for interactivity, but we also have a new line of products as well. We have commercial non-touch, and that's big for us, right? Where we're able to really support our customers in a way where we can outfit their office completely, right? It's not just solely interactivity, which isn't required by everyone. So our non-touch boards will be there, 98-inch commercial non-touch. We have a direct view LED, 138-inch, 1.5 millimeter board will be there as well. And then our H series, which is what I touched on a minute ago with the PCAP, that was released at the end of last year after InfoComm. So this will be the first InfoComm that people get to see that.
First time that people will be able to actually come up and touch it and play with it and do all that good stuff.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Darryl, I really can't thank you enough for coming in. Anything else that you want to add? Anything?
Oh, put me on the spot on that one. Yeah. No, come see us at InfoComm for sure. I know we just touched on that, but I believe we also have the ultra wide, like you mentioned, with you, and I have one in my booth. So I like to say to people, come see that. It's really cool. People enjoy those technologies. They're a little bit of a tech wow factor.
Right.
Yeah, come see us at InfoComm and play with the boards. The best way to understand and enjoy an interactive board is to come play with it and not look at slideware. So come see us.
Really amazing. Darryl, I cannot thank you enough for coming in, spending a few minutes with us, and
you're welcome.
I'll be seeing you next week.
Okay, see you then.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.